Come, come to me. You have nothing to fear of me, human. I am simply lonely as I await my return to the Misty Lands. I would like to talk. You return to this haunted grove. Is my appearance repellent to you, human? Your kind find no kinship in the unnatural. My brother Impisi summoned me from the Misty Lands. We are bound by flesh, blood, and our kinship with Jhebbal Sag. But Impisi asked of me power that could not be given. He took my silence for disobedience, and drove me forth from his camp in a wrath. I simply wish to return to my realm, but Impisi will not allow it because he thinks I am withholding information. If I could simply kill Impisi to secure passage to my realm, I would do it. But the incantations that he spoke bind us as one, tied together by invisible threads. His thoughts are my thoughts. If he is struck, I am bruised. If I am cut, he bleeds. There must be a severing of ties if I am to find my way back. Do you know of Jhebbal Sag, human? Once all living things worshipped him. When men and animals spoke the same tongue, he would walk among them in any form that he chose. He would mate with females of all races, and from those unions would birth half-divine children such as I, such as Impisi. Most men have forgotten the tongue that they shared with the animals. Only some few animals remember. Would you learn to speak with the animals, human? The realm that I come from is volatile, a world of shifting energies and elemental forces. By contrast, I find your world to be tranquil. But I suspect that my nature makes me more sensitive to the undercurrents that run beneath this strange land. Take this grove, for instance. These trees were once something else, not human, nor any other creature that I have encountered in this place. And they are screaming, endlessly screaming. Have you seen my brother Impisi? He is more animal than man, lost in the mad-scented lust of the hunt. When he summoned me, he sought the power to become a beast for a period. When I refused him and was outcast, he turned to darker powers. I fear that a bat has flown over the mountains of the dead, bearing his request to the four brothers of the night. What the gods of darkness have replied, I do not know. But strange beasts stalk the night now, and once I saw the shadow of the children of Jhebbal passing over this place and into the mountains. I fear what he has unleashed. Is my appearance repellent to you, human? Your kind find no kinship in the unnatural. My brother Impisi summoned me from the Misty Lands. We are bound by flesh, blood, and our kinship.
Predator or prey, you are welcome in the sacred hunt. Before, Jhebbal Sag reigned over all the earth, over all beasts, including humankind. All predators and prey worshipped him and spoke the same language. Even now, separated by 10,000 tongues, even now, when the corruption of civilization peaks, the god of all beasts walks among us. Sometimes as a man, sometimes as an animal. And you will know him by eyes that burn like yellow coals in the dark. The smartest of animals, who remember the beginning of all things, still worship him, as do the men and women who still feel the primal fever, the quickened heart, the blood-soaked drum of the hunt, animal and human. They are descendants of Jhebbal Sag's loins. The flesh remembers, the blood illuminates. The hunt is Jhebbal Sag's most sacred sacrament. We hunt for his glory. In this time of the gathering, we hunt to be his next chosen. Perhaps you have already faced the ferocity of Jhebbal Sag's chosen. Those most devoted to his hunt lope in the darkness after the horizon has devoured the sun. Far from the blasphemy of civilization's walls. Slay these chosen for the trophies that will buy you his favor. Search the lands for his champions 3. The mammoth guarding a frozen temple, the rhino in the shadow of a sea vessel locked in the sands, and the panther on the shores to the east. Each champion a vicious paragon of its kind. Seek a mark of Jhebbal Sag, set a lure, and draw a champion to you. To properly consecrate the combat, strip yourself of the obscenity of armor, and adorn yourself with the painted sigils of the Beast Lord. From the flesh of these champions, carve and take the brand that marks them as Jhebbal Sags. Combine their holy flesh with the lure upon this altar. Drink the nectar we have prepared, and ready your soul for an audience with the King of Beasts' greatest champion. The flesh remembers, the blood illuminates. The scripture of Jhebbal Sag already resides in the meat of your mind. The Lord of all beasts etched it into the minds of your ancestors' ancestors. You may awaken this knowledge by partaking of our sacrament. Eat the flesh of remembrance, and knowledge of our religion will blossom in your skull and ribcage. The flesh remembers, the blood illuminates. Through all beasts he watches you with his 100,000 eyes. The flesh remembers, the blood illuminates.